lately life has been feeling messy, disorganized, and since it is the middle of the year, I wanted to do some intentional life admin and resetting and just get things back in order. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make a coffee. We have a coffee machine. I've never used it. Luke's going to call me in 10 minutes to walk me through how to use our coffee maker. But first, I'm going to clear off our bench.
You'll have to move the handles a little bit.
I'm drinking this because I want energy. And the good thing is because I don't drink coffee very often, when I do drink it, it actually does give me energy. It also gives me a little jolt of anxiety. Nothing like a little anxiety to get you through the day. I feel like today it feels physically hard to move. I'm kind of low energy, but in a way, I feel like this is a good day to film a reset because it's more motivating to watch someone go from low energy to high energy than just go from high to high. And that's what we're gonna do today. You guys are gonna be astonished at how much I get done. I'm gonna be astonished at how much I get done. The world will be astonished. Okay, so my room, she's messy. Look at this situation. Petunia's in her element. To give myself a clean slate, I started off with a quick tidy of my space. In this reset, I wanted to focus on my office and my bedroom. This is really the 80-20 principle. I for sure spend 80% of my time in this 20% of my house, in my office and my bedroom. So having them feeling good feels really important. And for a while now, they've just been feeling a little chaotic. So the first thing I'm gonna reset in my space is this bookshelf because it's so visible and so annoying. It's like slowly becoming a little junk area because it's just such a bleh. Up here I have my camera stuff, a random basket, all these books that are kind of falling over. This is like a neck thing, a candle, a bunch of camera stuff and art stuff. This actually isn't too messy. Books falling over, more books, a bag of stuff, whatever this is. So I'm gonna start down here. This is now what I have. Before I do anything, I'm gonna grab a vacuum cleaner, vacuum and clean it all out. Poor Luna, she's gonna struggle. Okay, I'm gonna go through all of this, all of these books. We're gonna do some decluttering and we're gonna organize it all back on the shelf. And I'm gonna feel so good when I've done this. Like, I just know I will. A lot of these books I got from the Lifeline Book Fest that happens a few times a year. And some of them I still really want to read. Some of them I've already had a flick through and been like, actually that's not that interesting to me. So I'll donate it to a bookstore. Every time I go to an airport, I always buy a little fantasy book. I think all of these are good, but I'm never going to reread them again. So those are all getting donated. Along with a few other books that are just more books I know I'm never going to pick up because I've sort of tried and it just has never happened and I don't hold any interest in them anymore. Alright, I told my friend who's really into sci-fi, I was like, I'm gonna give sci-fi a go. So she was like, okay, here's a bag of my favorite sci-fi books. I've had this bag for like 6 months or something. I've read like one of the books and I just feel increasingly guilty about it. I might pick one out of there and give the rest back to her. Now I'm gonna put everything back in here super neatly. It's gonna look so nice. This is how I've set up all of my books just so that they'll all fit. Okay, I can't do it. We're moving some books from here to here. I just want it to look nice or nice-ish. Better? I think better. So this is what we ended up with and it looks better, it feels better. I just wanted to stack them in a way that books wouldn't fall down and everything would fit. Here's what everything looked like before. Messy. All over the place. Didn't want to look at it. And after, tidy, organized, feels fresh. Could definitely be styled better, but I'm still happy with it. Now I've just got to clear up all this stuff on the floor. When I do stuff like this, like clearing out one big section of my space, sometimes I get really overwhelmed. Like just now, I feel like I was just freezing, going like, oh god, like what's next? And my only solution to this is the go slow, don't stop principle, which I talk about a lot. Taking the pressure off and telling yourself, hey, like you can go as slow as you want, just keep going, just keep swimming. It's when you start thinking about like the big picture that moving forward feels so difficult. When you start thinking about, okay, I need to pick up that one object, and once you put that away, focus on the next one object. That's how you move through. Next, I'm focusing on the desk. Blue End is a sponsor of today's video. I've also been using Blue End for ages. And now that I use cleaning products like this, I don't really understand why there are different kinds of cleaning products. All cleaning products should be this way. With Blue End, all you need to clean your house or your hands are these little nickel-sized tablets. What I really like is that you can buy the little tablets and you can have almost a box of them so that you're never stressing about being out of cleaning products. But the little tablets tablets are so small that they don't waste space, so you can have a heap of them. Traditional cleaning products and soaps usually cost like $5-6 per bottle, which you eventually also throw out. But Blueland's little refill tablets start at $2.25 per tablet, and you buy their bottle, which you use over and over again. Blueland's products are convenient, effective, affordable, and they are sourced from clean ingredients. And they are also EPA Safer Choice certified. And that means that EPA scientists have evaluated every ingredient in the product to make sure that it meets the Safer Choice's stringent criteria. Here's how the Blueland tablets work. Firstly, I would recommend getting the Essentials kit. That is what I have. You get your bathroom spray, multi-surface spray, which I use like every day, your glass and mirror spray, as well as your hand soap. Start by filling your Forever bottles with hot to warm water. Then drop a tablet into your Forever bottle, and you can pop the nozzle on after the tablet is fully dissolved. You can use your Forever bottle in minutes. You don't need to shake it or stir it. To get started with Blueland, all you need to do is click the link in my description below to get 15% off of your first cleaning kit. If I'm ever decluttering or organizing an area of my space, my big thing is take everything out. I always say you see things in a fresh light this way. This is especially important if you're a little bit like object blind. If you have the ADHD, when you take things out of their space, you'll be like, oh, that was there? First, I'm gonna clean this out. We ended up decluttering a few of the little things in this drawer, and now it's super nice and organized. I also cleared out and decluttered a few of the things that were sitting on top of my desk so that everything fits nicely. Everything was kind of overflowing before, and this is how it ended up looking. This vase has been sitting in the corner of my room for months, so we're gonna return that to its home. I'm gonna clean out this drawer. It's not that messy, but I do feel like it could do with just a little rearranging. Supposed to be sort of my crafty drawer mixed with some camera stuff. And I've been doing so much more crafty stuff lately, so I do want it to be nice and tidy so it's really easy to get into things. This drawer was truly just stuffed full of things. I pretty much turned it into just a nicely organized craft drawer. Every time I open these curtains, I'm like, oh, but today we're gonna fix it. We're gonna do all of this. All of the shelves have been cleared off. I've wiped them down and the whole bed is just full of all of the stuff. I've done this so many times on my channel, like you guys know the drill. These shelves just get filled with crap. They're just the crap shelves, you know, we all have them. So now I'm gonna go through everything on the bed, pick the things I wanna get rid of, pick the things I wanna donate, pick the things that are going back. We've made progress. I think I'm gonna print out a few labels for the boxes because some of the labels that I already have are shriveling. How nicely labeled is everything. I feel like for shelves like these where you can't really see what's in everything, you kind of need labels on any boxes that you have. I've still got a bunch of stuff here that I'm gonna look through, put back on the shelves, but most of it I think I'm either donating or moving elsewhere, like it doesn't belong here. So we're on day 2 of the reset, but already just doing this room and the bedroom feels so good. We're gonna keep going with a little bit of space resetting today. The first thing I wanna do is clean the windows, something I definitely don't do enough. I wanna clean my car. That's gonna feel so good. It's a mess, I'll show you. I'm gonna reset my Notion space, make some calls, return some books to the library. We're doing it all. Starting with cleaning the windows in my office. You know, I reckon this video is actually going to be filthy. I don't love showing like the messy parts of my life, but I do hope that there is someone that watches this and is like, I also haven't cleaned my windows in forever. And it makes me feel good that that's a thing that happens. Cleaning the windows is one of those little things where you don't really notice it until you do it, and then you're like, wow, that makes a difference. These library books have been sitting on my bedside table for I don't know how long. So we're gonna return those. And while I'm on my way to the library, I'm gonna try and bag up all of the things that I've put to donate from just this reset session, which is actually a fair bit. Put them in like the garbage bags and take them into a donation place. I feel like it's one thing to declutter your space. It's good, but to declutter your space and then actually take all the stuff that you've decluttered to the op shop within a matter of days, it makes you feel like Superwoman. And then I went to the library and I returned my books once again. This is a weight lifted kind of feeling. I think my toxic trait is never returning my library books on time. This is one thing Luke gets up me for really bad, and he keeps on bugging me about it, so it feels really good to have done it. Because of him and because of myself and because, you know, it's good for the library to have more books. When I got home, I wanted to clean my car. My car has been such a mess. It's filled with bits of rubbish and random bits and bobs. So the first thing I did was clear out any other rubbish. I even cleared out the bin bag that is in my car that was full. Then I filled a bag with any objects that just didn't really belong in my car, like this basketball or clipboards or whatever. Then I put in the vacuum. I didn't go crazy with vacuuming, but I just wanted it to feel nice. And in the end, it looked and felt so much better. This made me feel so happy. I've been wanting to do this forever. So something that I get is calendar anxiety. And this isn't baseless. This is because I've had times where I've missed appointments. I've double booked people. So something that feels like an act of self-care was buying myself this really cheap tablet and mounting it on my wall. And the idea is that it always has my Google Calendar on display, so that my calendar is super visible for me. But it's been mounted for a while and it hasn't actually been plugged in and charging because I forgot to get a long charger cord for it, so I've done that. And today I'm gonna plug it in and I'm gonna set up my calendar. With this kind of tablet you can also set it up so that it's like running all the time, it doesn't lock, which is what I've done. Okay, that was a lot fiddlier than I thought it would be, but it's all set up and it's set so that it won't sleep, so it's just always gonna have my calendar open and it's synced to my Google, so I don't have to worry about like copying things over. As part of my life admin day, I really wanted to clean up my digital space too. I feel like if you have any kind of task management, productivity, project management apps, whatever, they get messy and you kind of do need to treat them like physical spaces and do a spring clean from time to time, because otherwise they get so messy that you don't want to use them. And that's when you skip to new apps thinking that new apps are going to solve your problem, which sometimes is the case, but often isn't. So I cleaned up my Notion completely and it felt so good. I set up these future monthly reset templates for the rest of the year to encourage myself to stick to my monthly resets. I also cleared out my big to-do list, got rid of anything that I just couldn't see myself actually doing. This is such an underrated feel-good reset task. To finish up my resetting, I made a few calls to book in appointments. I went to book in for my car service. I booked an eye test. I love doing all of my appointment setting in one go. It always feels really good. And it's also just a really easy task to do. I spread this reset out a little, but it felt so good and so necessary. There are a few other things like journaling on my goals and refreshing my vision and things like that that I'd like to do for mid-year. But I feel like that's something that I'll probably do over the course of the month, not necessarily in one day. If you like videos like this, I do have a whole playlist of them. You can watch them in the background while you get your stuff done, or you can just watch them to motivate you to start getting stuff done. I'm gonna have that playlist on the screen as well as down below. I appreciate you so much and I'll see you soon.